Aviation technology has changed a lot since the invention of the first airplane in 1903. Be it commercial aircraft or fighter jets, there have been some such inventions which seem really unbelievable. Although the world's first airplane was the most miraculous to be built, but diverting attention from it today, we will talk about 5 such inventions of the aviation industry, which are enough to surprise us completely. Rutan Voyager, a plane which is known as the first aircraft to fly around the world without stopping or refueling. On December 23, 1986, Voyager completed the first non-stop, non-refueled flight around the world. Voyager, a unique aircraft constructed almost entirely of lightweight graphite honeycomb composite materials and laden with fuel, lifted on December 14, 1986 from Edwards, California at 8 a.m. PST, and it returned after 9 days on December 23, 1986. The flight was approved by the Fédération Aéronautique Internationale. It took off from Edwards Air Force Base in the Mojave Desert and ended at the same place 9 days, 3 minutes and 44 seconds later. In the process, it set 8 world-class records, including a new flight endurance record. The unique aircraft flew westerly 42,432 km at an average altitude of 3,350 meters. The FAI-accredited distance was 40,212 km. The airframe weighed only 425 kg and was constructed without any metal. The long, thin wing was so flexible that its tip deflected upward 0.9 to 1.5 meter in flight. With the engines included, the unladen weight of the plane was 1,020 kg. However, when fully loaded for flight, it weighed 4,397.4 kg due to the copious amount of fuel. V22 Osprey. It's hard to guess whether it's a helicopter or airplane. The truth is both. The Osprey is a type of vertical takeoff and landing aircraft with a tilt rotor design, which means, being like an airplane, it can take off, hover, and land like a helicopter. The VTOL concept is an old idea stemming from the German Air Force at the end of World War II. The Osprey has 2 large 3-bladed rotors that rotate in opposite directions and produce lift. Because the rotors turn in opposite directions, there is no need for a tail rotor to provide stability as in a helicopter. The wing tilts the rotors between airplane and helicopter modes and generates lift in the airplane mode. The Osprey can convert smoothly from helicopter mode to airplane mode in as few as 12 seconds. Both the wing and the rotor blades fold for compact storage, enabling the aircraft to operate from ships or expeditionary airfields. The V22 has a cruising speed about 276 miles per hour and an operating ceiling of about 25,000 feet. Concorde. With the tagline, "Arrive before you leave," for its ability to fly passengers westward across the Atlantic Ocean in about 3 hours, Concorde still holds the prestige of being the only commercial supersonic aircraft, still after 20 years of its final flight. The Concorde is a Franco-British supersonic airliner jointly developed and manufactured by Sud Aviation and the British Aircraft Corporation. Concorde is a tailless aircraft design with a narrow fuselage permitting a 4-abreast seating for 92 to 128 passengers, an ogival delta wing, and a droop nose for landing visibility. It is powered by 4 Rolls-Royce Snecma Olympus 593 turbojets with variable engine intake ramps and reheat for takeoff and acceleration to supersonic speed. Constructed out of aluminum, it was the first airliner to have analog fly-by-wire flight controls. The Concorde had a maximum cruising speed of 2,179 km per hour, or Mach 2.04, allowing the aircraft to reduce the flight time between London and New York to about 3 hours. The development costs of the Concorde were so great that they could never be recovered from operations, and the aircraft was never financially profitable. B-2 Spirit. Many people consider the B-2 an engineering marvel and one of the finest examples of American air superiority. Designed during the Cold War as the world's first low-observable or stealth strategic bomber, the B-2 Spirit harkens back to the designs of revolutionary engineer Jack Northrop. His flying wing design first debuted in 1949 as the YB-49, but was not adopted by the Air Force at the time. The B-2 Spirit is a low-observable, strategic, long-range, heavy bomber capable of penetrating sophisticated and dense air defense shields. It is capable of all-altitude attack missions up to 50,000 feet, with a range of more than 6,000 nautical miles unrefueled and over 10,000 nautical miles with one refueling, giving it the ability to fly to any point in the world within hours. In July 2019, B-2 marked 30 years since its first flight. The aircraft transformed into a highly advanced bomber with improved avionics technologies, stealth, and armament. B-2 is a subsonic stealth bomber, meaning that it flies slower than the speed of sound. The bomber has an unclassified top speed of 1,010 km per hour at 40,000 feet altitude. SR71 Blackbird. No reconnaissance aircraft in history has operated globally in more hostile airspace, or with such complete impunity than the SR71, the world's fastest jet-propelled aircraft. The Blackbird's performance and operational achievements placed it at the pinnacle of aviation technology developments during the Cold War. This Blackbird accrued about 2,800 hours of flight time during 24 years of active service with the U.S. Air Force. On its last flight, March 6, 1990, Ed Yielding and Joseph Vida set a speed record by flying from Los Angeles to Washington, D.C. in 1 hour 4 minutes and 20 seconds, averaging 3,418 kilometers per hour. The camera on SR-71 was so advanced and so ahead of its time that when it took a picture of a car 80,000 feet below it, the license plate was clearly visible. The Blackbird was powered by two Pratt & Whitney J58 turbo ramjet engines. The engine itself is a combination of two engines, turbojet and ramjet. The turbojet was used during low speeds and the ramjet was efficient and had to be used for achieving higher speeds. Even to start the engines of the aircraft, you needed two V8 internal combustion engines, bringing the RPM to 3,200 so that the turbojet could self-sustain. The aircraft retired in 1999, and a missile could hit the airplane even a single time in a period of 30 years. So these are top 5 best inventions in aviation history till now, according to us. You can use the comments section if you have any questions and suggestions. Also, if you think this video is informative, do like this video and subscribe to our channel. May technology bless you.